You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network.
Very good, King Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, this is AfterBuzz TV for Season 4, Episode 10 of Celebrity Rehab. Tonight's host is Phil Svitek. Joining Phil will be AfterBuzz co-hosts Courtney Stewart, Jesse Janetti, and twins Michelle and Melissa Macedo. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest Celebrity Rehab news and gossip. We want to hear from you, too. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 347-855-8269. That's 347-855-8269. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, Phil Svitek.
Hey everybody, it's Tamara Berg talking actually. We do have Phil here.
Hello.
Who's going to join us for Celebrity Rehab Season 5, Episode 1. We also have Michelle and Melissa Macedo. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Macedo? Yeah, I thought so. And the fabulous John Comerford.
And Courtney will be joining us.
Courtney will be joining us via phone.
Now,
good.
we decided, you know what, since obviously we did Celebrity Rehab and it was a great season for us when we covered it, why not do a throwback with the intro and see how far we've come? I mean, rich talk, really slow.
I think in honor of the show, he was actually on something.
Yeah.
Probably.
Exactly, just like all of us right now.
Had a little bit of Ambien before.
Can I say the new number because I think I memorized it, and so I'm really proud.
Yeah,
Okay.
say it. What is it?
424 356
256.
256. Damn it! I knew it was out of 2 or 3.
Next.
Okay, wait. 424 256 1729.
There you go.
1729.
Gold
That's
star.
it. That's
Golden
it.
star.
So if
It's
you
nice
have
to see
an
all those
addiction,
drugs haven't really affected your memory yet.
You get some crystal meth as a reward.
Exactly.
Yay!
you know what? For those of you druggies out there, feel free to give us a call.
If you can manage to dial.
No, we're on the late night hour of AfterBuzz
That's right.
TV. We've always have been with this show, and you know what? If you're a miscreant out there in the world, give us a call.
Or if you're a recovering addict, we'd love to hear your story. Give us a call.
Yes.
Yeah.
We want to know what your bottom was.
That's it.
Or your top.
That's it. Or maybe they're there now.
Somewhere in the
Either one.
middle.
Maybe they're up the bottom now. But
So we've come back, Season 5, where addiction specialist Dr. Drew Pinsky
love
is
him.
bringing in a whole new cast of fabulous misfit characters who are broken in their own special ways to come and deal with their addiction. And, started off the show with actually talking about Mike Starr and Jeff Conaway
yeah, so
passing away
sad.
very
Yeah.
recently from their addictions. And I remember hearing something when I think I read a little bit of a statement from Dr. Drew when Mike Starr died and
Yeah.
how sad he was, and it was really sad because I was that last episode, was that
No, I think
season
it was
4? It was
two.
season.
yeah, I think it was season 4.
So with Mike Starr and he, he
No,
was,
it was a prior season.
okay. So season
Yeah.
3. I think it was season 3.
Yes,
actually,
I thought it was two ago.
2 or 3. Okay.
And Jeff was definitely 2.
Jeff,
ago.
yeah.
You guys are so effed up that you can't remember.
No, that's right. That's exactly what
Tammy,
It was. Anyway,
I'm
it was just
worried.
really
So sad.
It was really sad.
It was really sad.
Oh my God!
God.
Stop doing that.
Also, when Jeff died, that was so sad because on the show, he was such a great person when he was sober.
Yeah.
And he had one of the most severe ones because he was an opiate addict because he had back problems.
And he had, all the physical injuries that he was having to deal
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
so
and
sad.
he
With the
improved
drugs.
the most. And remember how he could basically like stand up straight. He was doing the yoga. He was doing so much more than he thought he could do.
Yes.
And I hope I don't know if he got rid of that insane girlfriend.
Yeah, probably not. Actually, Michelle and I saw him at last year's Halloween party.
And
with
I think he was
With that
because I was
girl.
looking for her.
Yes.
Well, he
So-
was standing at the bar.
With the drink in his hand.
Yeah, he had a drink in his hand.
But
So-
Could have
but
been water.
yeah, exactly.
Could've
It
been
could have
close.
been
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
I was DD that night, and I had orange juice, very healthy.
Yeah. Spiked with what?
What wasn't it spiked with? I'm how do you say it, Phil? The designated drunk driver.
Well, I stole that
Um,
from Hangover 1. Remember, they're in the car together.
Okay,
and
good. Just in case they called us and they're mad about it.
Well, I'm just saying,
That's
I
where you
want to
got
give
it.
where credit is due. And it was
Okay.
Hangover Part 1 where they said, Phil's a great driver. Yeah, he was always our designated drunk driver.
Oh, Phil, that's you.
Yeah, no, but yeah. Anyway, moving forward.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get to the
so
wacky.
beginning with the staff, we have Bob, Shelley, and Jennifer. Jennifer is a new staff member
Yep,
this
she was at the
season
halfway
'cause
house.
She was at the sober house. And Jennifer and her face, which I'm riveted by her face, and
it's a crazy face.
it's a face.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It is.
she's
cray cray.
they're bringing her in, and
For
they've already
reals.
talked about how she's going to become maybe part of the story in future episodes. But great staff.
Mm-hmm.
Always good at their jobs, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens. So our first guest,
By the way, I
Yes.
love just real quick about the
Yeah.
staff members. A lot of times at jobs, you know what I mean. If you make a mistake, it's kind of like it's okay.
you get written up.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Where here, like you're dealing with people's lives.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so a mistake could
Very
potentially be fake.
highly emotional.
Especially Dr. Drew, whose
High
word
stakes.
is like the word to listen to.
Yeah.
So we're hoping for mistakes.
Well,
Yeah.
Makes better
mistakes
television.
make
I mean,
good
right?
TV.
Okay, yeah,
that's
exactly.
for
That's
sure.
my point.
Yeah.
There are already many mistakes that these people have made, as we see in the home video footage that we're going to show
Home
to their
video.
kids later.
I'm surprised that they get that. Oh yeah, get us some
They
home
really
video
take
footage.
it.
Do
Take
they
whatever
ask
you
for
want.
it before you come on, or say,
They
I got
do.
some home video lying around
totally
here.
do.
Take this.
I think I have some drunk videos. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me get that for
I
you.
like to watch this on a Friday night before I go out to remind
me
myself
pumped.
where I've been.
It reminds me how much fun I am.
Exactly.
No, but you don't think it's a matter of like they tape it so for their own needs of like, okay, I know this, I'm gonna be enjoying this in this video, but when I watch it, I want to know this is
Yeah, I
bad
think
for
that
me.
way too much forethought.
Yeah, no.
And
I don't
insight
think-
and
no,
It's
personal
absolutely the
reflection.
show.
Let me get footage of myself so I use it as an incentive not to do these
Yeah,
things. Look how much fun
no.
I'm having. I don't want to do that again.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
No,
we
it-
actually
it's
have
definitely
If
for
I
the
saw a
show.
video shooting
for the
of
show.
my with the butt,
Hey, Courtney.
we actually have Courtney Stewart on the line.
Oh, Courtney.
Hey.
Courtney.
Courtney.
Hi, guys.
Hey, what's up?
Courtney.
What are you on right now? How high are you?
I'm on water and raisin bran.
From a bottle? From a plastic bottle?
You're
Are
going to
you
become
bisexual?
bisexual.
From a plastic bottle.
Oh my
yeah.
God, you're turning right
But
now.
it's BPA free.
Kiss a man.
You're gonna be playing for both teams very soon.
No.
yeah, chow box.
Of course.
Just saying.
So what do you got going tonight, Courtney? What do you have any big insight for us to start the show off?
No big insight, but I think you guys were about to launch into the arrival.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I know we were talking a little bit about the intro videos, or
Yes.
like behind, like what I don't even know how
The
they
home
get a hold
videos.
of
The home
this and
videos.
why they would the home videos, why these people share this stuff. But
Exactly.
speaking of the first guest, the guest I think was Jeremy Jackson the first one.
Yeah.
Or did
Amy-
I-
Amy
Amy Fisher
Fisher
was the first, then Jeremy.
Amy Fisher.
Okay, Amy, I missed
Mhm.
because I didn't get home in time, I guess.
Mhm.
But so I'll let y'all talk about that. But
Okay.
I just have to say how disturbed I was watching Jeremy Jackson
Oh,
shoot up
God.
everything possible in every
Oh,
Was
I
that
know.
awesome?
Everywhere
From
on his
Cat-
I
body.
so thought that was
Oh,
great, shooting up
God.
his butt. That was nice.
And his belly button, every single
Ew.
place where he could go, the needle was
By the way,
so disturbing.
Courtney, did you grow up on Baywatch and watching Hobie Buchanan?
I did watch because I kept hearing Jeremy Jackson. I'm like, why do I know this kid? Why do I know
Wow.
this name?
I
I,
know.
don't recognize the guy at all.
Yeah,
And then
'cause he
I'm like,
doesn't look
oh, that's
anything
from the
like
movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, also happens to be Phil's role model.
He was
Hey.
until now.
He looked good though, right? All hopped up like that.
He
Come
looked-
on,
he
ladies,
looked
seriously.
Great. He looked great.
What'd you think, Courtney?
I mean, kind of, and then kind of not.
Yeah,
Kind
a
of.
little
Like some of the old
disturbing.
pictures are kind of like okay when he was first starting, but like at some point, sort of the energy and aggression was too obvious along with the body, so that kind of took away.
Yeah.
And watching
like-
the piles and piles of needles, like 3 days worth of
yeah.
needles, and it was like.
God.
You didn't find that
Bucket.
hot? That is so sexy.
That was
I
disturbing.
think someone has a little crush on Jeremy Jackson.
God. I
Wait,
just wanna
question
shoot
for you
up.
guys.
Yeah.
So when he's with Dr. Drew and he's naming out all of his things,
Oh my
did
God.
Dr. Drew just stop writing at one point?
Yeah,
He's
he was
"Oh."
just like, well, he named 3, and then he was like, Dr. Drew was like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's so much.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
god.
then he
he's
goes
like,
on and
well,
10 more.
And then he literally had, I think, I stopped counting at 13.
Yeah.
But what I thought was
Oh,
fascinating was
Is
one
that
of the,
you
one of the
share
things
that
that
in
he takes,
common.
I take.
I know.
But it's not a drug, it's an herb.
Yeah.
It's ashwagandha.
Oh my
It's
God.
from Yogi
Do you
Cameron.
shoot that in your butt?
It's from
Yogi
Yogi.
Cameron recommended it.
What is
Yogi,
it?
Yogi
What-
Cameron Alborzian, the guru in you. He is an author. He is
An amazing man.
Well,
Alright.
what's the for? What's the herb for?
To increase your energy.
Yeah.
Oh.
He
And
probably-
I know it's an
some of
organ.
that.
He probably does it in a
Yeah.
much greater.
He probably shoots it up
Dosage.
somehow.
Yeah, I know. He probably snorts it or
Yeah.
something.
It's funny that you even caught
But
that.
I know, but he's listing all these things that I've never even heard: Lexatrol and Zoladrol.
I think he was
and
making up
and then
about,
he goes ashwagandha.
You know,
I went, what?
10 of them.
Yeah, sitting next
You're
to
an
Tammy.
addict.
I know. So then we
By the way, I
cleared
like how he does actually know the technical terms. You know, most
Yeah.
times I'm allergic to this, whatever it's called, but I have the simple term I tell my doctors I'm allergic to Z-Packs, and they know the active ingredient in that. But I mean, the fact that he knows all of these.
Yeah, he did. He knew
Yes.
his stuff. He was
Well,
like, yeah,
he's
that's.
clearly a
Well, he's
little
obsessive.
OCD.
Obsessive,
yes,
definitely.
Yes, has.
And somehow he found the cattle steroid or something, and I don't even know what else, like
Okay.
other animals.
Did
so.
anybody else catch this? He was talking about the cattle steroid or whatever,
From
and when
Germany?
Drew was talking to him, he kept going,
Oh,
I swear to God, he sounded like a cow. I'm not kidding. That's the first thing I thought.
Dr.
Nobody
Drew's
else?
like,
Nobody?
are you mooing?
No.
that's also
Okay.
a side effect.
It might come out that he's like actually a cow. Who knows?
A bisexual one.
Right. And that, okay, so we just learned that bisexuality and bottled water is now trending on Twitter.
you go.
Directly
because
affects
of this show. So he had said he brings his like 6 months worth of equipment in with him as Shelly's checking him
Yeah,
in
what is
for
that
his 21
about?
days in rehab. You
Yeah.
know.
By the way, in crates and barrels, any which way that he can.
Absolutely. So he had a special water filter as one of the things because, and Shelly's like, "What? Can't you drink bottled water?" And he says,
Well, no, I can't. 'Cause
"Makes you bisexual."
Makes bisexual. Well, it's linked. It's
It's
linked.
been linked. I don't know if you know this, but scientists say that
Doctors have proved.
you'll be gay if you drink
if you
water.
drink bottled water.
Yeah.
That's
Not
the
gay,
change the
but-
women.
Well, that's what he said.
And I'll be
makes-
gay if I cry
Okay,
or
but
something.
did you guys notice how much he kind of he started backpedaling right as soon as she
He
just
was
looked
like,
at him.
I
He was
can't
like-
believe
well,
I
mean, it's
said that
linked.
out loud.
It's linked.
It's
yeah.
like they say it. They say it.
So, but Courtney, I'm curious. So the first impression, you haven't seen this guy in so long, and then he comes in like that with all this stuff. Were you going, oh my God? What a
Cray,
train
I
cray.
was going, yeah, what in the hell, how, why, where do you get to that point?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Everywhere with everything, and he's obviously like a decent-looking dude, and he was doing pretty well. I mean, working out, but I mean, it made sense when he told the whole story about like you know nothing ever happens fast enough,
Yeah.
especially when you're an addict. Like you
Yeah.
just want it right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that
So
was
that
really
made perfect
interesting.
sense,
Yeah,
but, ugh,
yeah.
it's horrific.
And
it is absolutely horrific.
His drug of choice used to be crystal meth, alcohol, coke. It sounds like everything he was
Yeah.
addicted
And it's,
to.
Because he needs that immediate thing.
yeah, he was the one who was manufacturing meth.
Yeah, he was.
He got
Yeah.
arrested, right?
See? But that shows an industriousness, doesn't it? I mean,
Oh
come
my
on,
God.
the guy's, you know, he's-
Entrepreneurship.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. This is
Right.
American way.
That's true. But the problem is he's
Well, in this
taking
day and
what
age-
he's
Look at it.
cooking.
In this day and age when Breaking Bad is the #1 show on TV,
There you go.
I mean, come
Well,
on.
apparently Dr. Drew said in 2011 is the highest rate of addictions like ever.
See,
No,
and
this is the
America's
year of
finally,
addiction.
you know, we're
Jess,
so
can we get a woohoo?
succeeding at
Let's
something.
No,
celebrate.
when the
year
year
of
that Melissa and I
addiction.
and Phil were born was the year of the dragon. And
now
when
we're chasing
now
it.
it's the year
Addiction.
of the addiction.
Nice.
Also, Jeremy
Chinese
Jackson,
Zodiac.
I thought it was really interesting that he started using again.
Is this a celebration?
Oh, nice.
Let's all celebrate by going to rehab. How's that?
That's it.
How's that for you?
Caring about having self-respect.
Dignity? What?
Oh, well, I thought it was interesting. I think we can all relate to this, except for especially Phil. When he started using again after he started taking acting classes.
Yes.
Because he wanted to be Sylvester Stallone.
That's directly related, I feel.
Yeah,
Acting class leads to
addiction,
drug addiction,
Another
and eventual
breakdown.
rehab.
Yeah. What do you think,
Totally
Courtney?
get
I think that's really, it was kind of sad because he was like trying to pull his life into a new place
he was
and it
trying.
drove him into a not so great place.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks. It's like you get clean and then you like finally like pursuing something positive and then it all goes to hell because your addictive personality. So I think
Yeah.
By the way, Courtney and everyone else, it seemed like he says he's addicted, and he was a celebrity. And then Sean Young also says, as an actor, you're around this stuff, or whatever. And so my question is this: why do you have to be around that stuff? I mean, the greatest high you will get in life is really succeeding from your work, the work that you do. If you have an addiction or whatever.
But that assumes you're well balanced. That
Right.
you get fulfillment
Yeah.
out of living your life's work. But that's somebody with an actual head on his shoulders that isn't screwed off. You know what I'm saying?
Also, it's like Michael Lohan was in Wall Street, and he was still surrounded by that stuff. It's not just like the acting industry or entertainment industry. It's every industry probably. And, everything in moderation, And obviously people have psychological traumas and problems, and then they're addicts,
And we live in a society that, like, we medicate ourselves for the smallest things all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I
That's
need
right.
this to relax, and suddenly
I have to
taking
get
this
high
every
just to
night
do this
relax.
show.
Well, actually, it was really interesting. Last time I went to the doctor, they always give the, like, funny little, oh, you're an actor? Oh, what have I seen you in? And I'm like, nothing, I'm not. But
Yeah.
but if anyone can help me get a job, then I have been working a lot. But then she was like, oh, well, are you going to take drugs? And are you going to drink a lot? And I was like, no. And she was like, well, all the actors, they do that. All of those actors you're going to see everywhere. Just
Because
remember.
Go to a different doctor.
I know.
Okay.
Seriously,
I was
because
like,
they're
Why is she telling you that?
I know.
It was really-
Excuse
I
me,
was like,
doctor.
Trying to jumpstart a career.
And you
Come
don't
on.
have drugs around you, doctor?
She's like, do you need drugs? I have some in the back.
I can hook you
if
up.
you want.
Yeah, seriously.
It's because that's who we see in the tabloids, so people assume those are just the people doing them. But
And some people do them, and some people don't. I don't know if you guys, I don't know.
Well,
People
all right.
function differently.
I'm gonna go off on a rant. Sorry, Tammy.
Oh my God.
fantastic.
Bring me back.
Here we
Okay.
go. I'm
No.
ready.
Can you
Well, here's
cut
the
his
thing, right?
microphone, Jesse?
Go,
All right,
Phil.
cut
Yeah.
him, cut him.
Jesse.
People always like, we've had the highest prescriptions of ADD and all that, blah blah.
Yeah.
Or whatever rates, and and as we discover more things, people get prescribed for that more.
Wait, I
Well,
can already tell you're going to offend me.
Well, no, the point being that, it's the highest it's ever been because it's just been diagnosed as and termed as a damn disease.
Yeah.
So,
That's true.
before it didn't have a name, then of course it wasn't diagnosed because there was no name. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
is that-
that's true.
Yeah.
And you know
true,
what?
That's
Phil.
true. That's true for pretty much all diseases.
Yeah,
I mean,
depression,
it's cancer,
anxiety.
Yeah.
is they're
No,
talking
but
about increased
Restless
rates.
leg syndrome, by the way.
Is it?
It's the
Yeah.
highest it's ever
I
been.
have that.
See?
Oh, do you
Okay,
really have
okay,
that?
but
What does that
before
you-
mean?
for
But
it?
here's the thing:
You're
before you
exactly
before
what it
you knew you
sounds.
had that, it wasn't a percentage,
Nope.
right? See, that's my point.
Wait.
By the way, here's the
hold
thing.
on.
No,
Melissa
that-
wants to know what restless leg syndrome
Like,
is.
what is?
When you
Courtney, if you would-
Courtney, will you tell us what restless leg syndrome
Okay,
is,
I'm
please?
not actually diagnosed. I just decided I had it.
She's
Okay.
self-diagnosed. She's probably self-medicating too.
Self-diagnosed, self-medication, WebMD, it does
Yeah.
it for you.
Yeah, WebMD.
That's the scariest
It's
website
when
I've ever been
it's
to.
usually isn't it only when you're sleeping
When you're
or is it?
sleeping, right?
Oh, that.
I thought it was anytime you're at rest because you can
Okay.
feel it. Like if you're on the plane,
Yeah.
you
Okay.
can feel it.
Okay.
I
What
want
are
to
you-
get up
what are
on
you feeling?
planes.
Just like your leg.
Well, it's
stutters.
it's
I
only
feel
been
like that
diagnosed
right
in what the
now.
last 5 years or something like that.
Weird.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Watch
recent.
out.
So I'm just illustrating your point. Is that
Yeah, definitely.
another funny?
So should we get back to Jeremy Jackson or Amy Fisher?
Let's move on.
Oh yeah, well, let's
move on.
go back to
Sure.
Amy Fisher because we haven't talked about her yet. So the Long Island Lolita, and she hates it when you call her that. Oh my God, quit calling me the Long Island Lolita. I was just a girl, and
She loves it, though.
She was just a young girl. She was 16.
Yeah.
Is that right? When this
Yeah,
happened?
16.
Well, okay, but I thought the most interesting thing is she still seems 16. I think she stopped.
That's
She's
so
growing
emotionally
so true.
stunted because the whole
Emotionally
world was like, "You're a horrible, awful, devil person. How dare you survive?"
And I don't think she's actually matured off
And she
that.
probably didn't survive after that.
I'm sure you're
Like,
right. I'm sure. Well,
emotionally.
because then she went to jail, and how can
Yeah.
you really get a prison? You can. How do you fulfill your sort of growth when you're in
Maturity,
prison
right.
and
And
maturity
when you're a teenager,
yeah,
By the way,
that's
16
crazy.
you're all
to be
over the
16
news.
and I mean, you guys are giving her a lot of credibility. Most addicts, they go back to like a 10th grade or 10.
Well, they-
year
But it's
10.
not
They
that
say
she
they-
was an addict. But
Usually,
because
what they
she
say
killed
is you
someone.
go back to when you started the addiction. That's where you stopped your growth, maturity, whether emotional, whatever.
But
it
you
is.
go.
I
I mean,
learned
here's
that
the
from
thing.
Dr. J.
I would even argue it's
Ah.
worse because you go back to a primitive nature. The me. You know.
That what's worse?
That it's worse than just, let's say I started my addiction right now, me being 22. Well, you know what? Even if I just started now for, let's say, 6 months, I would digress to a primitive state, not necessarily,
Well, while you're in the addiction,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
I'm
after
talking
the
right now,
Mm-hmm.
where she is now.
For the rehab.
Well, I don't know.
So
Yeah.
she was 16 when she committed this crime, and it was a horrific
It's not
crime.
like you can
Yeah.
unlearn your
She-
maturity.
Yeah.
I don't think
think
you
you
can
can.
unlearn your maturity.
You can.
I don't think so.
I think you can just choose not to practice it. Not
I
you
mean-
can be
Wow.
immature.
I think. All right.
That's deep, man.
I know,
That
man.
was.
I
Taylor,
know.
get us on track.
I keep trying. Amy Fisher.
Yeah,
Anyway, so she went to prison when she was 16, and I remember seeing pictures and video of her at that time, when
Really?
she was at trial, and thinking, she's a criminal. Yes, she committed a heinous crime. It was so bad, and in so many, it was like so many layers of bad. She didn't just shoot somebody. It was. The wife of the married man who
Right.
Face is
And it was
paralyzed.
just, and there were so many things that were bad about it.
Right.
But I do remember thinking, this is just a girl, and
Right.
she needs help on so many levels because
Right.
it's just, it's not, it's not working. And I found it fascinating that she's actually in a long-term marriage and has kids now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With as messed up as she is.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I
and
found
it
that
is fascinating. But
interesting.
you know how many people out there are so messed up that have kids? I mean,
No, definitely.
I don't know
but
anyone.
the fact that she could sort of, in a way, was reliving, because she probably associated so many bad things with marriage and like children and everything like that. But somehow she found someone that she loved and all of that.
And has created some stability in her
yeah.
own life, even though there's all this chaos going
Yeah.
on. I just thought that was really interesting. But then, she ended up going into porn.
yeah.
Because she has a belief that her notoriety has made it impossible for her to have a
Yeah, well, that's
typical job.
Right.
And I think that's a big, giant backdoor. I think that's a cop out.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
also,
totally.
Do you?
yeah, I totally agree. I also think that a 16-year-old and a 35-year-old who are having an affair, there's something wrong in both of them.
Oh, yeah.
Both
And
participants. Yeah.
so, he obviously.
Wait a minute, what was wrong with him? He just wanted to get a
Oh,
little
wow.
nookie.
Oh,
Come
wow.
on.
Okay,
Wow.
but
What
anyway.
is wrong with that?
I think
Cut his
she
mind.
had some trauma and problems, maybe some sexual abuse, some physical abuse,
Right.
and that she was going. Who knows what would have happened? But the trial and the murder, or I guess she didn't
Attempted
murder her.
murder.
Yeah,
Yeah,
attempted murder led her into the worst effects of it, which is adult film, porn, objectifying her body, whatnot. But yeah,
And she was
Well, here's
just
the
a
thing.
girl
You-
who needed to make a living.
You
Yeah,
already knew
by
from the
her.
get-go
Right,
that
right.
she didn't feel good enough about herself to have a relationship that was actually real because she had to have it
And
with this third-
appropriate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she already started back then. So it's not a stretch to say she's still not feeling good about herself or
Yeah.
think she's worthy of anything other than a
Definitely.
porn.
definitely.
Exactly.
A life
Porn.
as a porn star.
Which
yeah.
is not to say that everybody who goes into porn feels that way.
Well,
but
Melissa
No.
did her
this particular
thesis at
person does.
Columbia on pornography.
I did.
And she's a rape crisis counselor.
I am. True
So you're
story.
an
Okay.
expert on this.
Yeah.
Our
Bringing that
expert,
into
on
it.
this issue.
Okay.
But yeah, and so she couldn't do her job as a porn actress unless she drank. Pretty much,
Right.
is what she'd
That's
say.
yeah, that's
Which
all
is
what I'm saying. is that-
very common.
Yeah.
and drug addiction and alcohol abuse is very common. Almost like 95%, I'm going to say.
Why is that?
Well, because, and not speaking for everyone, but in most instances, it's very, very difficult on the bodies of the stars, of the porn stars. It's like, I mean, I won't go into detail.
What's difficult? Taking
no,
drugs?
please go into detail and do it slowly.
The actual acts,
The
what they're
process that
doing,
they have
the
to go
process that they have to go through, what, the sort of sex that they're having, like, and on film, you know how many takes it takes to get something, whatever.
Right.
Not saying that porn is always high quality, but, I think that it's also most people that go into it have a lot of trauma from before, and alcohol and drug abuse just goes along with the package.
They're all sort of part and parcel.
Because to do it, you get fucked up because it's hard to do emotionally, it's hard to do physically. There are a lot of disgusting stories that I won't go into, but I think it goes hand in hand.
What? And is this information firsthand? Because
whoa.
No, well, what I'm saying is I would love to get our mutual friend anonymously to call in and speak on the issue. You know who I'm talking about, John.
I'm not sure.
I'll tell you after the show.
Gentleman?
A gentleman, yes.
Okay, then I do know what you're talking about.
Are you talking about a person who involved in porn, or a person involved in drugs?
Person who runs pretty much the third largest distributor of porn.
Got it. Okay.
I'm glad that you know it, this person.
This is fascinating.
You have connections, yo.
I mean, I'm just saying.
But yeah,
and you want to be an actress.
Oh,
but basically, Melissa, you're
I'll do anything for a part.
There you go.
Amy Fisher kind of personified that. She talked about that. I have to black out. I have to take
exactly.
a
But she didn't even know what a blackout was.
Right, that was interesting. But in order to get into this position, so to speak, thank you, of doing the porn, which I have to do because a girl's got to make a living.
Right.
I have to go through all these. I have to take the drink in order to get there, and that's.
One more thing about the Amy Fisher. The part that she was talking about how the press and everybody labeled her and stuff like that. I mean, as a 16-year-old, I can't even imagine what. I mean, you would be destroyed.
Yeah.
And,
and
I don't, for a second, forgive what she did or anything like that. But just the fact that, I mean, they labeled her the Long Island Lolita so they could sell more papers and have more people watch them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And just, I mean, that industry just chewed her up like crazy.
It absolutely did.
Yeah.
Just destroyed her.
Even the short clips they showed of him talking about what kind of person she was. I mean, if you're 16, if you're anyone, that's just horrible.
Yeah, I just can't imagine what that would have done. And I'm not saying it wasn't warranted. I'm just saying that they didn't care about that. But they didn't care anything about that. They just wanted to sell whatever they were selling.
Right.
Whatever narrative they want to sell, they wanted to sell it.
Yeah.
They didn't think, what is her marriage going to be like in the future? Will she be able to?
I just can't imagine what that would do to somebody. I mean, that's
and it
the
was
thing.
national news. It wasn't just local news. It was
you can't. It's not like you can walk away from
Right.
that. She still should have at some point, as an adult, you have to make the decision that I got to walk away from that past. I got to create a whole new future for myself.
Yeah.
And she, I know obviously it would be extremely difficult to do so, but you still have to do it.
Well, Dr. Drew said, "Are you disconnected?" And she said, "I don't know."
I think
that was the
means
biggest.
yes.
Most telling thing, I don't know.
That means
Ah,
I don't know. I don't even know
That's all I
I don't know
needed
what
to
a
hear.
blackout is.
Yeah.
She's so
That
blacked
was
out on a
so
blackout.
weird.
And she hasn't killed anyone recently.
Yet.
Not recently.
Well, she hasn't killed anybody.
Yeah, she hasn't killed anyone.
She hasn't killed anybody.
Right.
Oh, that's true.
That's true.
Well, that's
Cool.
what Sean
Okay.
Young made me believe.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
So
Yeah.
She hasn't
did
killed
we
anybody.
already do Jeremy?
Yes, we
Yeah,
did.
we
We
did.
have to move
So-
on
Yeah, we
because
What? Okay.
So next we have-
Who
Did you
came in from the
By-
moon
Oh, by
for
Ling.
this show?
By
From the
Ling,
moon?
and I am from
It's a long
The
trip.
moon.
the moon.
It's a long trip from the moon.
She's
Is
from
that
the
some what is that in reference to? Is
No,
that
That just means she's
not of this
crazy.
earth.
Yeah.
She's batshiznick crazy.
Yeah.
okay?
okay, Courtney, are you still with us?
Yeah.
Okay, what
I'm
did you
still with
did you
you.
think Biling was great or what? I'm sorry, what? Batshiznick
Fire.
crazy.
Good.
I don't think Biling is crazy.
You don't.
She's just a hot mess.
She is just a
Misunderstood.
Wait,
She's
wait, what is she?
misunderstood?
But what
I
is
mean,
she?
she's probably missing a few brain cells. She's
Okay.
allergic to freaking alcohol.
Yeah.
And she's been drinking it incessantly.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing the brain cells are probably a little bit touched.
So what is it?
And
They're compromised.
Courtney.
she's
Wait a minute,
like a
listen.
gentle spirit that's just been taken advantage of so much, and she just is a wounded soul.
I absolutely think
she handle for her grandma. It was really sweet.
It was.
Yeah,
it was. I agree with you. I mean, she's so out there. Just taking away the alcohol. She's so out there all the time that she is living on the moon in kind of her alternate universe, which I think she talked about feeling fragile, and she seems frail all the time. So I think she really is not only dealing with these extra issues, but she doesn't know how to cope in general. She's wearing these crazy clothes.
Like everything about everything is escapism for her.
Yeah.
She doesn't seem like she's had to or made herself deal with anything.
But that's why
just like everyone else.
What the hell does it mean you're allergic to alcohol?
Okay,
you're allergic to something. You get hives. You break out.
No.
What does that mean?
Okay, so I know a lot of people allergic to alcohol who, weirdly enough, are the people that drink the most.
So what does that mean?
So you can be allergic on different levels and stuff, but your blood.
It's not like they're gonna go into anaphylactic shock.
It's not like they're gonna die.
Your blood. It gets really hard to breathe, and they get really red. But your blood doesn't process the alcohol like everybody else's. So then you become like really puffy, and it gets hard to breathe. But you probably
get tested for this at the age of 10.
Not everybody responds that way either.
Well, she said specifically she gets flush,
right,
and then gets chills. And Dr. Drew said, "Do you get a rash?" And she didn't really answer that. So there are different levels and different methods of. And I knew somebody who also was allergic to alcohol.
Yeah.
Not you. The same, and he used to drink a lot, and
that's how you get over it. You got to get yourself used to it, so you're not gonna have the allergy.
Yeah. Actually, my friend, oh my God, drank so much, and he just has
What's his
the
name?
Benadryl.
Where does he live?
He lives at this address. Well, okay, but he would pop a Benadryl before he drank.
Oh wow!
But he's still
pre-medicating so I can get a buzz.
Wow.
Nice.
He still went so over the edge, but then he would just like have a Benadryl. I don't know if you're supposed to.
Okay, the only thing about the Ling thing, since we're talking about it, I'll get back to her. The whole free spirit thing is like, okay, I was feeling that, I'm a free spirit, or she's a free spirit. No, she just doesn't want to deal with reality.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think she's escaping something.
I wasn't sympathetic to her. I was like, shut up. I'm such a free spirit.
Because John's a hard ass.
Let
me just tell you right
Apparently.
now.
I'm a free spirit.
I'm not there for the sympathy all the time, but this chick is obviously like wounded.
Really fragile.
Absolutely, I agree with that part. I just, a free spirit. No, she just doesn't want to be responsible about anything. That's a cop out too. I don't want to have to.
It's a childish view.
Yes, I don't want to have to do what people tell me. I'm a free spirit.
Because I feel like, obviously, because of the past trauma, she's now victimized herself to the point where she even said, I don't feel like I can protect myself. No one can protect me.
She's obviously wounded. I have complete sympathy for all that stuff.
Like,
I just hate that.
How we were talking about, she's probably emotionally thwarted.
Because I'm a free spirit.
She's like emotionally thwarted to like be as she was as a child. Somewhere something stopped in her.
Right. So there's no adults to take care of her. So who's going to take care of her?
Well, there
it's
aren't
not
any adults on the moon. So how can...
You don't know that.
Dr. Drew gets to the moon sometimes.
Okay, John, Wallace and Gromit are definitely on the moon.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Now you're talking my language. I love those guys.
I know.
But she said,
Wallace, big drinker.
Oh, yeah.
Of tea?
A pint?
Absolutely. Absolutely. He throws them back.
And the occasional gin and tonic?
Yes. And Gromit, meth.
Kind of thought that.
I thought
there were
Look at
several
his face.
There were several things about Bai Ling that I found really compelling. One was the, mural or message that she wrote to her grandmother. I thought that was...
Yeah, but we don't know what the hell that said. I mean, for all we know, they could have said...
Well, they
just
apparently
scratches.
translated
I was actually trying to draw a bird,
It's trying to draw a tree.
She was emotional when she was doing it, so whatever it was something that was important to her. You're such a...
Someone doesn't like Bai Ling.
No, she's fine. It's just that, I just thought the moment was forced. For me, I was like, oh, boy, she's going to draw her thing. And
I know what you mean.
It just seemed forced. Look, I'm frail. I'm fragile. Oh, look what I can do. I'm such a free spirit. I'm drawing. I'm not a candle.
When we were doing the Glee project a little while ago, I was you. I was like, I don't buy that crap. But I bought it from Bai Ling. And, I thought it was really sweet. And, it was, first of all, it was just sad when she was trying to go in. And she was afraid to walk through the door.
See, I didn't buy that for a second either.
I
did too.
I need attention. Pay attention to me. I'm going to sit here. I'm not going to go in. Please, somebody come get me.
I can guarantee you that every single person there daughter is the type of person that needs that type of attention. That's why they're there, that individual. And it's totally obnoxious sometimes. And sometimes I was like, okay, like, is she like going overboard or is this whatever? But I did also feel sympathy for her. So I feel like
Phil?
right in the middle.
I didn't feel sympathy, and I think, well, here's the thing. I think she,
Surprise.
if she needs this kind of, spiritual guidance, I don't think she's gonna get it here. If she needs, you know what I mean?
No, she has spiritual guidance.
It is a very Eastern philosophy kind of thing, so I think you can't seek it in Pasadena.
I think she needs.
But if it's Eastern philosophy, you can get it anywhere.
I mean, she's
Eastern philosophy. You don't need a space.
Yeah,
you don't
it's
need
true.
a place.
True.
You can find it anywhere.
And
Then
she needs
she
to
should.
make peace with her alcohol addiction
You'll find it on the
before
moon.
she can do anything else. I think she's in the right
You'd
place.
have a much easier time finding that spirituality
But
if you're clean and
here's
sober.
my assessment for her.
You can
need
find
to-
everything in Pasadena.
Okay. here's the thing with her.
True.
Even
I think
hot
what she
twins.
needs is she needs her own thing. She needs to be taken care of on an individual level. She's not going to get that in a room full of 6 other addicts.
And I think somebody like that who's so frail and fragile needs to be thrown into the wolves and see where they are in the rest, because they're living on
you're not going to
I
give.
think you're right.
If you go and take her and put her in a little china cup,
Yeah, that's where she is. That's where she lives in her head.
That's where I think this kind of reality would be really good for her.
Yeah.
Go,
She has to be able to cope with other people.
Yeah, that's true.
You need to get it out and deal with it here, and no more coddling. Let's get it over with.
Yeah.
Because she needs to realize that there's a lot of inner strength that she's not using, which
Yeah.
means she can cope with these things without having to turn to outside sources.
Yeah.
Or go to the moon.
Or go
Right.
learn.
I mean,
she needs to learn that she has that
It's a
source
very
within
far
her.
trip.
Yeah.
And I don't think
Very
she's
far
going to
away.
learn that on her own or individually.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't
'Cause
wait to
everything
get
else
the
is just
predictions about this
theory.
woman.
Everything else is just theoretical then. If I'm doing it one-on-one, then I've never put into practice
That's right.
dealing with these issues, dealing with people.
Yeah.
Well, Shelley saves the day.
Yeah,
it goes
I
and
love
gets her.
Shelley.
I know, me too.
I love that she can be a snarky little bitch
Oh,
sometimes.
she can.
Totally.
I'm sorry, Biling?
Shelley.
Oh,
Shelley.
It's like, wow.
The blonde.
Yeah,
She's
you thought,
blonde.
I thought you were talking about Biling.
I was
You
talking
thought
about
I was
you.
ruthless. Biling is snarky?
No, Shelley can absolutely be a snarky bitch, and
Yeah.
she can be a hard ass. And at that moment, she chose that what she needed to do was be, kind and sensitive, and go. It's going to be okay, because that's what Biling needed
And
to
she's
do to get through the door.
she's pretty good read.
Yeah.
She usually
She
is.
really is.
She's
Yeah.
been an addict, or
She
she is an
knows.
addict. So yes,
She's my
she knows.
favorite
She is
former
my
addict.
favorite.
And she
She's
doesn't
really
put up
good.
with any
She's my
bull.
favorite
you
former
know?
addict.
Yeah.
She is my favorite. former
Yeah.
addict.
Me too.
I think we
She's
should take a
awesome.
vote.
Love you,
She's
Shelley.
my favorite.
So anything else? Anybody? Anything? Courtney? Anything else about Biling? No.
Nah, I think she won't succeed, but she's a sweet girl.
Yeah.
All
Phil,
right.
did you have something else you wanted to say, or do you want to
Well,
move
I
on
was
to
going to
Michael
talk about
Lohan?
Shelley real quick, but we
Okay.
can move on.
Okay. So Michael Lohan.
Oh wow.
Man, loaded.
Oh god.
Yeah.
He's got so much baggage coming into
God,
this
he
thing.
does.
Mike, oh my God, I'm so sorry that your daughter got more attention than you. That sucks. I totally feel for you. But now, who's getting the attention? Who's winning now? It's him.
Oh, you don't have any sympathy for him? You have it for
Not
Biling, but
really.
not for
I
this
don't.
guy?
I don't.
Not
Even though he
really.
had an alcoholic
There's
father, was abusive to
something-
him.
I think that is
Nothing?
sad, but there's something about him that just rubs me
So
the wrong
he's
way.
genuine.
so all his quote political capital end quote is spent because of all the way he's been.
Well, it's
With
just a
his daughter.
tricky situation because his daughter, because of the whole, it's just like Michael Lohan, go to rehab 100%. Go to celebrity rehab with Dr. Drew, on TV. Maybe not the best thing for your daughter.
There have been people who have been less known at the
do you-
celebrity
I mean,
rehab.
No, but his daughter,
Like he didn't have to go on TV.
because
Right.
his daughter is probably like, he's gonna, because they share a lot. A lot of emotional, intense stuff, and so I'm sure it's not doing her any favors.
So Courtney, no sympathy for Mr. Lohan.
I have zero sympathy for him, and it almost makes me pissed off that Dr. Drew has him there at all.
I know.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, the thing
I
is,
know what you mean.
when you guys, did you watch when Eric Roberts was on the
Yes.
show?
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah.
related to Julia Roberts or
Yes.
whatever.
Yeah.
And Emma Roberts.
And Emma Roberts and whatever. Okay, but he didn't talk about her a lot, especially until like the very end, because what she was doing was not relevant. But the first episode, the first session, this guy brings up Lindsay Lohan. He's like, you know, and my daughter, and it wasn't in context to anything.
No, but because if you have a sibling, and especially like someone like Julia Roberts, she's doing fine. It's his.
But
Eric's
I'm
Robert problem. Not.
But no. But that's not even what I'm saying. The fact that if he's related to like a famous person, he's just trying to milk that no matter who it is.
And it's like it is Michael Lohan's problem on his own. You know what I mean? It's not his daughter's.
So you don't think that you didn't buy that he felt he had any ownership in her problem?
No, I think he did.
No, but when he said that, you don't think he cares about that?
What do you mean?
Well, when he said, "Look, I know I part of the reason why she's having the difficulties is because of me."
I think that was fine to say. I think that's fine.
Courtney, did you believe him when he said that?
I mean, I believe him when he says he feels guilty and he cares about his daughter and he hates that he's like passed this on and whatever role he played in her getting to where she is. But I just think he's so grimy, and I'm just, his motives are never. I just don't think his motives could ever be pure, and it just kind of deletes the whole process for me that Dr. Drew has him on there.
Totally.
Well, so you got really mad that
Drew has like stepped out to try to help Lindsay.
Right.
And I just.
So Dr. Drew is less in your eyes because he brought Michael Lohan on.
He is he's tainted my image a little bit.
No, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Inside
this is absolute crap.
Inside voices, Phil.
Okay, these people need help, and all of a sudden we're choosing who gets help and who doesn't?
No.
Are you serious?
Who gets paid?
A cast for a television
Who
show.
gets paid to get help,
Way
Phil?
more people
There you go.
that probably signed up to possibly do it
Yeah.
They
than
get paid.
Michael Lohan. He could have picked anybody else.
Question: do you guys think that this could put Lindsay Lohan back on a crazy path?
What do you mean back on one? Has she ever left it?
She tried to clean herself up, and now she just got in trouble for alcohol again. But don't you think that this is going to worsen her situation?
I don't think it's going to help.
Yeah,
I definitely don't think it'll help.
But now the thing is that there's a lot of conversation and I think we should have it about the difference between casting for a show and going to rehab and about the motivations that Dr. Drew has. And I've got to say, I think he is fantastic. I think Dr. Drew is fantastic. I've always been a big fan of his. He's incredibly knowledgeable on all areas of which he speaks. I mean, I've never heard him speak, out his ass, so to speak. He really seems to know what he's talking about. And he absolutely seems genuine to me as he's dealing with all of these people. He makes that weird face that I hate when he's being sympathetic, where he's like, looks like a fish. He's like, like that. But God bless him, that's his face. It's weird, but okay. But
just like Jennifer's face.
And it was with Michael Lohan that he did the thing that I see him do a lot. And it's where he goes, Michael Lohan's talking about how he tried to commit suicide. Pulled the trigger, the gun didn't shoot, puts the gun down on the thing, and shoots a hole in the wall.
Crazy.
And then he's talking further about how his dad was, an alcoholic, died of cancer very recently, and Wait, hang on 1 second. Was it? Yeah, okay. So and then Dr. Drew was like, he said, are you? And now all of a sudden I'm thinking maybe it wasn't with him. Anyway, Dr. Drew, what he said.
What are you feeling?
Where are you feeling that? Are you feeling?
Right.
Are you
his
feeling
hands were
that?
shaking.
Yeah.
And Dr. Drew goes, because I'm feeling that too. And he's incredibly intuitive in that sense, and empathic. And he, you watch him. He doesn't talk about it very often, but I've seen it a handful of times where Dr. Drew feels what the person that he's talking to feels.
Yeah.
And those are the moments where I go, this guy's for real.
Exactly.
Right.
But here's why I liked that he brought Michael Lohan on, because if there's anybody that can call Michael Lohan out on the crap that he pulls and do it in a way that will actually be instrumental, because I could do it. But I don't think I'd be instrumental
you don't
in
have
his
the
healing.
credibility with him.
Yeah,
that Dr.
and what I'd like to see is somebody
That's
actually
true.
say, "Hey, look, this is why you're doing this crap.
Yeah.
This is why
Get
it
it
needs
together.
to stop, and here's what you can do to stop it." That's what I would like to see happen, which is why I think he's great to be on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
see
a
that.
good point. But what do we think about Mrs. Michelle Macedo-Pinsky? What do we think about that if I marry him?
You gotta,
that being my name.
You got to talk to Amy Fisher, get her
Wow.
gun, and kill his wife.
Way to bring it all around to you. You are an actress,
That
aren't
was
you?
the point. I literally
Your point is that you love him, right?
Yeah, that's my point. I love him.
I love him.
I agree.
Fish face and all.
First
but
off, I don't get this obsession. I don't like what.
With Drew?
Yeah.
Dr. Drew, he's
No, I understand.
awesome.
But like, like how girls want to just marry him.
I don't.
Like he's old. Come on.
No, and that's not. I don't have an obsession with him. I just think he's credible. He's knowledgeable. He's kind and compassionate, and he does a great job.
Courtney, do you want Dr. Drew to rock your world?
Sounds like me.
Not like literally. I do. I mean, the attraction or the the vibe is just because he's smart. He seems to be on his stuff all the time, and he's the passion he has for what he does.
And he cares about people.
And yet you're one of the people who just said, "I don't trust." Basically, I mean, you didn't say it in so many words.
That's why it so bothers me. Like, for me in the last round of Celebrity Rehab, I'm right there with Michelle, like, Dr. Drew, you're my boo, and I love you forever. And now I'm like, okay, now I'm trying to be on the
Forever's
team where
not so long anymore.
He's always defending doing this on television and like why we need to see it and what he's doing, and I buy it. Like, I bought it all this time. But then he brings Michael Lohan in the mix, and that kind of makes it look shady to me.
Yeah, but who better to bring on to show that it is right to do it? If he can turn that
I don't know that it's better to bring him on the show because I know they have had a previous relationship. So all this, I can call you out on your bullshit and all that should have already happened, would have already happened, and he's still on bullshit. So I don't know.
Yeah, but you don't cure addicts just every once in a while. I mean, it does take some time. That's why there's recidivism.
And you can't cure him on actual air when you're talking about something else. Like they showed the Larry King interview. What's he gonna do? Turn to him? Hey, Mike. By the way.
Well, I'm not.
Can we deal with your problems too?
Relationship, not just an interview. They speak about saying they've had a relationship. It's not just we've done a few things on TV together. So he's sought out his help before. I mean, in the end, I hope he helps him because the dude is obviously crazy. But it doesn't fit well with me.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I think we're just gonna have to see about that then, and see where it goes and see what happens. But I'm all for I love me my Celebrity Rehab. Okay, so moving on to Sean Young. Does everybody know who Sean Young is?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
She looked so familiar all the time that they were showing the pictures, and then once I realized what she was from, but she's totally one of those people.
I've been in a gazillion movies, she says, and they name like 3.
Well, yeah, but she's been in quite a few. She was in quite a few for those.
John, what do you got for us? Give us a list.
No Way Out, Dune,
Blade Runner, biggest.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can look at my IMDb app.
Blade Runner,
but then the thing that made her go to Crazy Town was the DGA Awards thing.
Well, it started out with a Catwoman thing. What
was that? Yeah. And I really wanted her to explain that, to be like, that wasn't me, that was an imposter.
No,
but she was like,
her,
yeah.
Man.
And then what was the other thing they said that really freaked me out? Oh, the voodoo doll.
Oh,
yeah. I think
I wanted to be like, oh, you're a crazy person. You're a little crazy. But I wanted her to be like, that was a joke.
Maybe it was.
Who?
We'll have to tell you off the air.
Okay.
But yeah, we know people who were very good friends with Sean Young and would see her. Are you getting out of your car, Courtney?
Sorry about that. That was my iPad going off telling me all the things I didn't do today.
That's fun.
Everyone needs a reminder.
It's like a drinking game. Oh, wait, no, bad. So anyway, we know people who have been, over the many, many years, very good friends with Sean Young. And I can't tell you how many stories crazy stories I've heard about Sean Young.
Really?
Oh, my God, this Thanksgiving, Sean Young did this. And, oh, my God, the other day she
did that. We
can't
corroborate any. This is allegedly, by the way.
Allegedly.
Sued.
But, yeah, just that kind of erratic behavior, unpredictable behavior that's very uncomfortable.
Yeah, wow. And then she got drunk and, I mean, I don't know what she said or did in front of everyone at those awards. Do you guys know?
Well, that's what she was hinting at. We don't know the specifics, but what she said was that, oh, you think I'm crazy? Everybody thinks I'm crazy? I'll show you crazy.
Yeah.
And then she went crazy.
Right.
But she was just, in her estimation, she was pretending to be crazy to show them what crazy really looks like.
She was like, why would I want to make an idiot out of myself in front of everyone in the industry?
Yeah.
And I was
Because
like,
you're drunk
and the answer
crazy.
Is, yeah, exactly.
Self-destructive, maybe? I don't know.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like, so now what? And she just was like, basically, she has no excuse.
Well, she wanted to be right. And now she got to be
now
right.
She's right.
Exactly.
And in rehab.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Cool. Way to go, Sean Young.
Phil, any insight on Sean Young? that you wanted to share with us?
I mean, what's interesting is now this season is the most celebrities I've actually known.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, with Sean Young, with Jeremy Jackson, Michael Lohan. So so it's interesting in that regard. In terms of Sean Young, I don't have insight, but I did find it hilarious when she heard that Amy Fisher was there. She's like,
That was
Oh, God.
you know, so
Isn't she that?
Has she killed
So-
anybody
so-
recently?
And then they showed Amy Fisher like
It's so- I
walking
liked-
in the hall,
I think they
and I
wanted
was
to
like, "Is she hearing
insinuate.
that?" Yeah.
I
They
like what
want to
Shelley said, you
insinuate
know, because Sean says, "Oh, she hasn't killed anybody recently," and Shelley says, "It was a one-off."
Yeah.
Great line,
See,
man.
another one of those great reasons
That's
I
a
love
great
Shelley.
line.
Exactly.
was a
And
one-off.
Shelley like did
Okay,
not
but-
find it funny that she
I know-
was like made
yeah.
that joke. I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
I
obviously.
just love the way I mean, I know we haven't got there yet, but I just love the way Sean Young looked at coming up next week, and she's in the
Oh,
hallway
God.
screaming.
I know.
That's the Sean Young I know and love.
Oh,
Right there.
Mm.
That's what we like.
See, they're all so much fun.
It's so Schadenfreude, isn't it?
Yeah. Boy, that's 2
Nice.
shows in a row we've come up with Schadenfreude. Steven Adler. Guns N'
Oh,
Roses.
God.
Obviously, I know him. I know of
from-
him, but I don't,
mean,
I don't know anything
honestly,
about him.
I'm surprised that he physically assaulted a staff member. I'm
Jennifer, yeah.
surprised that
I
they
know,
let
and
him back.
They didn't
That's-
explain it or anything. I so wanted to know.
I mean that's scary. That's so scary.
It is
And who knows what he'll do to everyone else? I
And
mean,
she had some impressive bruises on her
Yeah,
too.
that
so I mean,
looked
that was
bad.
like not just accidentally threw you into the door jam or whatever.
Yeah.
It was-
Mhm.
Now her personal space is totally violated. Anyone could
And
her,
then
and she knows it.
her freak out when
Yeah.
Shelley pulled her aside and said this is what's happening was also impressive. I mean, but
Yeah.
you watched her in Sober House, right?
Yeah.
Jennifer in Sober House. She always seemed just on the edge of flipping out
Yes.
herself
Oh,
in
really?
Sober House. She
So you
right,
agree with that,
right,
Courtney?
right?
I totally agree.
She always seemed like one broken rule away from burning the
Yes.
house down.
So true. So
and she
true.
was the RA or whatever you
she
call
was
it.
ready. She was ready to
Oh
go.
my God!
Okay.
So she's on the edge as well. This is going to be awesome.
She's on the edge all the time. She lost a lot of weight too.
Yeah, she did.
Yes,
She did. And got more things in her face.
yeah,
Yeah,
her
she
face
looks
looks
sort of
a
like
little
a duck
different.
right now.
Yeah, she does.
Look like what?
a duck.
Duck.
She-
Duck.
Courtney, by
Tammy's
the way,
doing
are
her
we,
face.
are we hearing? Are you throwing back a few cold ones?
No, I'm sorry. I have kids. I'm like making a lunch for camp tomorrow. Like there's a lot going on.
She's actually got a life, so she's actually
That's
doing
why
stuff.
I'm not in studio tonight.
Okay, all
That's
right.
it. Got it.
So
Sorry. I was trying to
oh
keep it
no,
down.
don't
So,
worry.
so would you let the kids watch this show?
No.
Okay.
It's a little for Jennifer.
Is
I
that the
think.
kids?
It was for
No, it's the
Jennifer.
ducks for Jennifer.
Yeah, the baby ducks. We have pets.
Love
She does this
them.
thing with her face.
All right, so
Love the
anyway, but
ducks.
and of course they didn't really spend any time with him in this show except
No.
Yeah.
for all
I get-
backstory.
I
What is
think
it,
they're
'cause-
going into that next week.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the cliffhanger.
Yeah, because they
Yeah.
haven't even
What's-
introduced.
are
There
they
are
gonna-
more. There
Yeah,
are more
there are more.
residents.
I
that
say
haven't
they
gone
put
around.
the two of them in
Yeah.
a room, and only
love-
one person comes out.
Hug
oh
it out.
God.
Well, just give.
I have a
just,
feeling
yeah, just
he's
hug it
gonna-
out.
Well,
hug
okay.
it out.
Did you guys
give me
see?
a hug.
That's
Did you
it.
guys see the previous season that he was in?
No.
I
No,
yeah,
I
didn't
did
see
not.
that.
When he was sober, he was just the nicest guy. And so seeing him
Really?
do
Wow.
this, it like really scared me because it really didn't seem like him, but he did it. So like, who do you blame or whatever? And it's awful that he's
Blame
coming
it
back
on the
and she's
alcohol.
Blame it on
alco-
the app.
so true. That's what Phil says all the time. Like, stop it, Phil.
Drugs.
Anyway,
Drugs are bad.
Sometimes he says it when he does not even drunk. So
I know. But anyway, so he was so nice and stuff, and the fact that he's like already back here again is really sad. And maybe they didn't go into it because he's already been on or something. But
I think
there's
that.
more.
I mean, that was sort of what
No.
I was thinking, and kind of the bigger story is what they were leading into. I think there's going to be a Stephen and Jennifer showdown, throwdown.
and
Oh,
hopefully
definitely.
he makes amends. We'll see. But what this is what I find so fascinating is that it's such a hard thing to do, apparently, because people just keep having to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. They call them like addicts. If you're an addict for the rest of your life. Like
You're
there's
never
no.
you're always you're either a recovering alcoholic or you're an alcoholic.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, yeah, obviously it's difficult.
just keeps coming back.
That's awesome that they're all doing it.
By the way, I recommend Infinite Jest by David Foster Wallace, an amazing book
He certainly
about addiction.
does.
And in fact,
Is that what it's about?
Well, it speaks about
about a
drug
lot of
addiction,
things.
but it speaks addiction in a general sense as well.
Infinite.
I just gotta read it, so you just stop telling me to read it.
It's 1,000 pages. It's the hardest book you'll ever read, but you will get to cross it off your bucket list, Courtney. Get on it.
Well, it was
Oh,
like
you know
I
what?
don't know. Unless it's going to keep me from being addicted to chocolate and cupcakes. I don't know.
And
No.
by the way,
Why would you want to stop that?
Yummy.
that's so an
Yeah,
addiction.
that's a nice
You know what?
addiction.
You know what,
Makes
Courtney?
you happy.
just get the Cliff Notes from AJ. I gave him a copy as a gift.
Well,
Wow, there you go.
hopefully
Okay,
that will-
speaking of that, chocolate and cupcakes. What's your big addiction, Melissa? Go.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I want to say chocolate. That's so trite.
But is it?
I love pizza, like obsessed. I could have
Nice.
pizza every day. I don't, obviously.
But LA pizza sucks.
No, you just haven't gone to the right
Stop.
pizza places. You keep telling me about this great Boston pizza. We go there and
Yeah,
it's
get
like,
over it.
I've
What
been
the
to all.
fuck?
Okay, I've
We
been
never
to.
got a chance to
That's
go.
my
Then we were
point.
at dinner.
I've been
You
to.
guys
I've
talk
been
about
to
it.
all of Boston pizza. I know what pizza place you're talking about. I've been to all the pizzas here.
You know.
Can you? Okay, not better there.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
But I'm sorry.
Ernesto's?
You
What?
guys haven't been.
Phil, what
You
number
guys
mic
haven't
is she?
been.
Yeah, Mike number 2. Mike number 2.
Is that day?
I'm mic number 3.
Boston
Mic
has
number 3.
amazing pizza.
Oh,
all right,
no.
Okay, that's
look
great.
what you
Great.
started,
let-
John.
yeah, I didn't mean that. Let's get back to my question because I'm curious. What's your addiction?
I was
Michelle.
just thinking about it, and it's definitely cinnamon rolls from like Cinnabon.
Cinnabon.
Cinnamon? Wow,
Cinnabon.
interesting.
Those will
Phil.
fucking kill me.
I don't know if this is. See, my quick, always go-to food, if I can't make anything, is hot dogs. I don't know if that counts as an addiction.
No,
I
your-
love hot
Your
dogs.
addiction is work.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh yeah, duh. Why we're so
Obviously.
crazy?
Jesse in the
His
booth.
addiction is work.
Yeah,
What's your
yours?
addiction, my friend?
Music.
Music.
that's a
nice
good
nice
one.
Tammy, what is it that
Lame.
you can't live without?
Pastries.
Yes, yes, I
Cinnabon,
agree.
you know,
It's true.
pastries. It's
It's true.
it's bad.
It
it's
is
so
bad.
bad.
Yeah,
It's
she
so
can't live
bad.
without him.
John.
I always say my only vice is my wife.
That is so nice.
It's true. Though. Sappy, but it's true.
Ay. I think on that note, we should go to commercial.
Want to find out what the AfterBuzz is about?
Janice is a drama queen.
This is the divide that is going to carry the series.
Give us a call. 424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
It's television, and they want it to be as dramatic as possible.
I mean, it's Shakespearean.
You never know what goes on behind closed doors.
Find out why AfterBuzz TV is the #1 source for after-show content.
Now, in the eyes of Jimmy, Nucky is a villain.
424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
I mean, who would you guys rather hear that from? Your husband or your best friend?
The wig will come out.
When the TV show is over, get your AfterBuzz on.
Blame it on the alcohol.
We're back. So, did you want to add to your addiction?
No, not at all.
Yeah, speaking. Okay, well, real quick though, what addiction do you want though? Because I'll be the meth guy in this. Who else?
Oh, right.
Oh, what do you want?
Yeah. Let me do the
Heroin.
meth. I want
Like
to
a
do
real-
I want the thing with the needles.
Yeah, baby.
Ew.
I want the sex addiction. Oh no, wait.
But it's never enough.
That's never.
Courtney,
Yeah.
what is your addiction
What's
of
your,
choice?
what are you going to choose, Courtney?
I would like to be addicted to exercise.
Exercise. No,
Oh,
what
no.
the hell?
We're talking about the
No.
It
real
has to be a
bad
real
ones.
drug.
Yeah, the bad stuff.
The bad stuff, like these people are in rehab for. You would be.
Oh,
A
God.
hoarder. You'd be a hoarder.
I don't know.
Come
I
on, just
would
pick
be
meth.
in rehab.
Pick meth.
for-
Pick meth. No, really, pick meth. Do it.
Oh,
Do it. Do it.
I've
Here,
already
no,
got
do it.
meth.
Oh, you already took
Yeah,
meth?
don't take my meth away.
Okay.
He's addicted. Can't take it
I
away.
can't smoke anything or snort anything. I would be.
Okay,
addicted
then you're going to have to
liquor.
shoot up heroin
Or-
with
You'd be
Phil.
what?
Or even
No,
pot.
no
Take,
needles.
pop
It would
some
have to be
pills.
No
liquor.
needles,
That's the
then you'd
only
have to be a
thing.
pill popper.
Oh,
Yeah.
pills, yeah.
No pills.
No
No,
pill.
pills are nice.
Well,
Pills are good.
You're
Okay.
in
Pills are
denial.
good.
What are the other choices for you, Courtney?
How about like
I would
you
have
know
to
something?
just
Alcohol.
A patch.
Because I don't
Yeah,
like
alcohol.
pills.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, you can get to be an alcoholic
Okay.
then.
Oh God, I don't know. I guess I'll pill pop. I guess
Nice,
I'll just
nice.
do that.
What pills though? What are your
Oh
favorites?
God.
Valium?
Everything that
I don't
I'm
know.
on.
Yeah, Valium. Let's do
nice,
something.
nice,
Yeah.
good.
What about
Jesse?
morphine? Yeah.
Jesse, come on.
Oh, the morphine, yeah. Hello.
Jesse,
Hello.
what do we got?
What's your addiction?
Are you
What's
gonna
your
pick your
addiction, my
bad
friend?
addiction? Come on.
The
pick
bad
one.
addiction. Let's go. What is it?
We got heroin. We got meth.
Nothing.
We
Okay.
got. What did I
you
pick
got
from
over
it?
there?
What's that?
What you got over there?
What did I pick?
We got-
I can't
I got
even remember
meth.
what I picked.
I'm just
You
asking
picked-
you what type
What,
of
what do we got?
What
Holy
could I
cow,
choose?
what
Wait,
did I
you
just
just picked.
Go for the ecstasy.
Didn't you pick meth?
Yeah, let's go
no.
with ecstasy.
There you go.
Ecstasy.
Ecstasy.
Yeah,
Right, boom,
why
done.
not?
That's a nice one. I don't even remember mine now.
Yeah, what
that's how
did
bad
You
mine
said
was.
sex and then you
I was
changed
saying
it.
right,
sex.
yeah.
Sex addict.
Well,
Uh-huh.
I'm addicted to coke.
Oh wait, but we can
Okay.
pick sex then.
Okay.
you're gonna be
there
a sex
you go.
addict.
I guess that goes with ecstasy.
Yeah,
so
let's
there
go
you go.
together. No,
It's
that's
ecstasy.
Nice. That's nice.
By the way, something nice about ecstasy, it creates huge holes in your brain, which is awesome.
Oh, that's
That is
that's
nice.
fun.
So
Oh my
what-
God.
What's your
The whole
addiction
is
of
so
choice?
good.
Didn't I say it? The
You
You're
said
gonna be
steroids.
heroin, that's right.
Yeah.
You're heroin.
Oh,
Nice,
that's
nice,
the
nice.
We
bad
don't all
one.
need to make that signal.
Yeah, I think we do. I think it's good. It's called desensitization. You just keep doing it, and then you'll get desensitized to it. So you
Yeah,
won't have to-
exactly.
Do you know that's literally the sign language sign for the word heroin?
Oh wow.
Did not know
It
that.
is because this is the letter H. I know nobody's watching this because this is the letter H, and
So
that's
take
that's
two
the
Oh
sign
my
language-
God.
take two
language sign.
fingers rather not thumbs.
2 fingers.
Take
Your
two
first
Index
fingers
and
and
middle finger.
and just
Slap your-
Slap your
Elbow.
elbow,
Yeah.
your inner
Well,
elbow.
inner elbow, yeah.
That is the American
Where you
Sign
would
Language
normally
sign
shoot up.
for heroin. So
Oh,
there you go.
wow. Well, I'm glad I
All
don't
right,
speak
predictions?
sign language.
No,
should
we
we
have
make
some news. We have some
We
news
got
and
news.
gossip.
News.
Let's
What do we
start
got?
the
What do we
news and
got?
gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So Michael Lohan has got involved in a traffic accident on Friday night, June 17th. According to TMZ, the father of troubled actress Ling was driving his blue Jaguar on Sunset Strip in Los Angeles when a Metro bus crashed into his car in the middle of rush hour.
Was he under the
A
influence?
bus?
No, there's a little more.
TMZ reporter Mike Walters, who claimed to have witnessed the collision, said that Lohan was at the time slowly approaching a stoplight near the Directors Guild of America on Sunset. When the bus attempted to pass him, it accidentally sideswiped his car. Unfortunately, Lohan was not injured, and his car seemed to only have minor scratches and scrapes. When Walters checked on him following the incident, the ex-husband of Dina Lohan said, quote, "Of course you're here when I get hit by a bus. We exchange information and everything is fine."
Question: Who wrote this? Because this is biased. Unfortunately, Michael Lohan was not hurt.
Yeah, that's what I thought it said too.
What?
It says fortunately. Yeah.
Yeah, but he read it unfortunately.
Well,
No,
then
I
that's
said
just a little,
fortunately.
I
Yeah,
couldn't
no,
tell.
he said fortunately.
little bit of Freudian slip from Jesse, maybe.
Or Phil.
So
But
yeah, so we don't know, was he drinking, was he not drinking?
right,
was there-
bad
were
luck
there
with
drugs
car
involved?
accident.
Doesn't seem like there was any.
It seems like it was just an accident.
Oh my God! It just so happens to be that all these cameras and photographers are here on the Sunset Strip.
Was the metro driver under the influence?
I do
There's
not
the
know.
question.
That is a good
Sometimes
question.
those buses are like such a-holes.
Well, and you know, you have
The
to
say
buses
that.
themselves.
one has to be such an aggressive driver in
Cat
Los
bus.
Angeles to get anywhere.
Yeah.
That if the bus is nearby,
Yes.
you know, odds are you're gonna hit it.
Yeah,
But,
true.
Is that it?
No, we've
No,
got one more
More
story.
news. huh?
Amy Fisher has turned heads as a result of her considerably altered physical appearance. She has recently returned to the spotlight after joining the cast of Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew in its 5th season. Nevertheless, she remains convinced that she does not have a problem with addiction, saying, quote, "I don't need rehab, but I think I made for an interesting cast member."
Oh well.
Okay.
Spoiler alert.
What about her new look? Or,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah, I actually saw in the other day I was standing in line and I saw a picture of her old face and her new face. We saw it, you know, tonight.
Yeah.
But they put it next to each other. It was crazy different.
Crazy
Disgusting. All this, everything's fake on her face.
Plus, her makeup is so bad.
Yeah.
Like major eyeliner.
Yeah.
And
I
they
just-
took that
I
away
kept
because it
laughing.
had alcohol in it.
I just
They
kept
took some of
laughing
the
at-
makeup away.
She just couldn't stop touching her.
Oh, really? I didn't notice that.
That was her thing.
Constantly touching her hair.
Yeah, she was.
Like,
Until it falls.
what the
You know
hell?
what? We should have a special segment for Celebrity Rehab where we promote a drug each week and give out some numbers of local dealers.
So we could tweet about tweakers. This is nice.
Okay. And then after that, let's just put up help hotlines.
By the whatever.
Yeah.
Not necessarily whatever. But anyway, there's those plastic surgery looks. She has a plastic surgery look.
Yeah,
It
definitely.
just looks like she has plastic surgery. No, it's not a good look.
So I think that's it for our news.
Yes, that's all your news for the Celebrity Rehab.
Thank you very much.
Here at AfterBuzz TV 26.
Nice.
So should we talk predictions now?
Sure. So, does anyone think anyone's
now,
gonna drop out?
your
Sorry,
AfterBuzz
man.
TV
You
predictions.
had something you wanted to say. Didn't you have something specific you were going to say?
Oh, well, Bai Ling is all over the damn roof.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Who
Fucking
She's trying to get back home.
Crouching
to
tiger
the room.
and dragon crap.
She's waiting for her parents to pick her up from the sky.
They also showed Michael Lohan busting out the door.
Yeah.
Over
Somebody
it.
leaves every season. Somebody's got to run out. There's at least one or two people.
I think it's going to be Steven Adler. Maybe.
He's going to break out?
Yeah, maybe. Because he's been here before.
See, but I think the whole biling on the roof is, it seems like, great. Yeah, look, please pay attention to me. More attention. But when she was drunk, I got it. It was like, okay, so that's what she wants. But
Now
like,
she doesn't have
just
an
get off
excuse.
the roof.
No, but I love how she was like,
Get off.
you want to get drunk? Let's get some champagne.
I know. She was a
Yeah.
hot stirrer. She's an instigator, man.
Yeah,
I know.
definitely.
I saw that too. I was like, mm-hmm.
And they were both like, ha
happening.
ha ha, that would be really nice right now.
And Jeremy Jackson's kicking a tree. I like that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Oh,
nice.
well,
that was
plus
good.
we have 2 more residents coming in next week because we
Yeah.
haven't
Two
gotten
more?
to them. Yeah.
Mhm.
Doc.
Doc and
Yeah,
So
Dwight
excited.
Gooden and Jessica Kuiper.
I don't know.
Kuiper.
I don't know who that
They
is.
said reality TV.
Survivor.
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go.
Coming to rehab to see if she can survive some
Survive this one.
That's what I don't like. I would
Vote
have
her
liked
off?
to meet all the people first, you know?
But,
In
sorry?
one
But
episode.
before-
One
Yeah.
episode, you know?
I think they
Yeah.
had too much
Do it like the
story.
Jersey
Yeah.
Yeah, do it like the Jersey Shore. You know what?
Yeah.
2 minutes for each intro. Great. You get them in a house. Awesome.
That's because there's
Yeah.
not as much substance
Abuse.
abuse. Substance abuse.
Yeah, I like to know all the players too before we keep moving on, but we didn't this time, so we'll see. Any other big Courtney? You got any go predictions?
My only prediction is that the crazy crackheads will continue to be crazy.
You are just full of wisdom.
Yeah,
Who do you
girl.
think will go crazier, Bai Ling or Sean Young?
Ooh, Sean Young maybe.
I think Sean Young might.
Yeah.
Because she has the crazy in her eye. You know?
It's usually the people that try to hide it.
And here's what I think. I think Sean Young has got more history and practice on her side to go crazier than Bai Ling.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Watch out for voodoo dolls.
Okay, so what episode do we think the roid rage will really hit?
Oh, from Jeremy.
For
Yeah.
Jeremy.
Oh
Great.
God. Maybe maybe in like
Yeah,
2
it's good.
weeks.
But do you think? Well,
Yeah,
this
like
would be
third.
good. Let's get Jeremy and Steve. Let's because they get them in a room because apparently the monster and Steve Adler will go up against Jeremy when the roid
Oh,
rage. It'd be
God.
nice.
So it'll be like the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, I was about to say the
It'll be
Incredible
like,
Hulk.
it'll be like Beyond Thunderdome. 2 men go in, only one comes out. This will be great.
Awesome.
Pay per view.
That's nice.
Dr. Drew makes some money.
Here we go. Then it's really a show.
Well, we'll see who wins.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Any other predictions, anybody? I think we've pretty much covered it, which is going to be interesting next week. Some interesting stuff coming up.
And for all our sakes, I'm just going to say, while we poke fun at these guys, we do want them to get
Get
better.
healthy.
Yes, we do.
Nice caveat. Courtney, it was good to speak with you. Thanks for calling in.
Thanks for calling.
Bye.
Sorry for all the delays.
No problem. Get those lunches made. Get those kids healthy and happy.
And keep them off drugs, damn it.
Yeah, for crying out loud. Go to school.
We will see you for Celebrity Rehab next week.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.